Hello everyone, welcome to Qasim's Laboratory. This video will cover the second chapter of Class 6 Science NCERT textbook. The chapter is Components of Food. I will suggest you to go through all the three sections for complete understanding of the chapter. This chapter is divided into 8 questions. We will start with the very basic question, what is a meal? We will also find out what are the different types of nutrients, what they do to our body, and what are the tests to find their presence in food. We will also understand the concept of a balanced diet. And finally, we will end up with answering the question, what are the various diseases caused by deficiency of nutrients and what are the harmful effects of overcooking. So let's begin. What is a meal? A meal is the combination of different food items, usually eaten for breakfast, lunch or dinner. Let's look at a common meal eaten by Punjabis, which has 4 main food items. The meal has cornbread, popularly known as makki roti, sarson saag or mustard leaf curry, rajma, that is kidney beans, curd, and a lot of ghee. Let's now look at one more example of a meal from Andhra Pradesh. It consists of rice, rasam, also called as charu in Telugu, ivy gourd or kundru, and buttermilk. Now the question is, why do we require these many food items in a meal? The different food items in a meal are required because they provide different nutrients which are very essential for the human body. A single food item may not be able to provide the different nutrients. The key word to understand here is nutrient. Let's understand the term nutrient. What do you mean by nutrients and what are the different types of nutrients present in a food? Nutrients are those substances in food that are essential to life and health. They provide the body with energy and the building blocks for repair and growth of living body. The major nutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. In addition to these 5 nutrients, we also require dietary fibers and water. Most food items usually have more than one nutrient. However, in a given raw material, one particular nutrient may be present in much larger quantity than in others. For example, rice has 80% carbohydrates, which is much more than the percentage of protein and fat, and therefore rice is called a carbohydrate-rich source of food. Similarly, eggs are protein-rich food. Now let's move forward and understand what each nutrient does to the body, and we will also look at some examples of this nutrient-rich food. What do various nutrients do to our body? Let's start with carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are nutrients that provide energy to our body, which helps us in doing our day-to-day activities. Hence, they are also called as energy-giving food. There are 2 main types of carbohydrates: complex carbohydrates, also called as starch, and simple carbohydrates, also called as sugar. For example, bread, which you might eat for breakfast, is complex carbohydrates or starchy carbohydrate. Glucose, on the other hand, is a form of simple sugar. Let's look at some examples of carbohydrate-rich food. Sweet potato, sugarcane, fruits like watermelon, papaya, mango, then grains like maize, pearl millet, also called as bajra in Hindi, and wheat are all examples of carbohydrate-rich food. A simple trick to identify common carbohydrate-rich food is by its taste. Anything that tastes sweet is usually rich in carbohydrate. Fats are also nutrients that provide energy to our body and are also called as energy-giving food. The only difference is that fats give much more energy than carbohydrates. Most of the oils which we use in cooking, like mustard oil, coconut oil, soya bean oil and sunflower oil, are rich in fats. Dry fruits and nuts like almond, groundnut and cashew nut are also rich in fats. As you can observe, all these fat-rich food are obtained from plants. Now let's look at some animal sources of fats. Milk, curd, ghee, egg, fish and meat are all fat-rich food derived from animals. Now coming to another important nutrient, that is protein. Protein is the building block of living body. That means protein is the main component of muscles, bones, organs, skin and nails. If we exclude water and fat, the human body is made up almost entirely of protein. Muscles are composed of about 80% protein, making this nutrient important for athletes. This is the reason you might have seen some athletes and bodybuilder take protein powder as supplement. Gram or kala chana, green gram or moong dal, various pulses, beans, peas and soya beans are protein-rich food derived from plants. Milk, curd, paneer, egg, fish and meat are all animal products that are rich in protein. Vitamins are those nutrients that help in protecting the body against diseases. This is the reason our doctors also sometimes prescribe vitamin tablets for boosting our immunity to fight against diseases. Vitamins are of different kinds. They are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. There is also a group of vitamins called as vitamin B complex, which consists of vitamin B, B2, B3, B5, etc. Our body needs all types of vitamins in small quantities. Vitamin A keeps our skin and eyes healthy and is found mostly in milk, carrot, fish oil, also called as sea cod liver oil, papaya and mango. It is also known by the name retinoid. There are 8 B vitamins, collectively called B complex vitamins. They are thiamine, vitamin B1, riboflavin, vitamin B2, niacin, vitamin B3, pantothenic acid, vitamin B5, pyridoxine, vitamin B6, biotin, vitamin B7, folate, vitamin B9 and cobalamin, vitamin B12. Vitamin B complex has a direct impact on brain functioning and preventing infections. Rice, wheat and liver have vitamin B. Vitamin C helps body to fight against many diseases. Important sources of vitamin C are mostly citric fruits like orange, tomato, guava, lemon and amla. Now coming to vitamin D. Vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Milk, curd, paneer, egg, fish and meat are all important sources of vitamin D. Vitamin E is an antioxidant. This means it protects body tissue from damage. Green vegetables such as spinach and broccoli provide some vitamin E. Vegetable oils like sunflower and soybean oils are among the best sources of vitamin E. Nuts such as peanuts and almonds also provide vitamin E. Vitamin K is important for blood clotting and healthy bones. Vitamin K is found naturally in green leafy vegetables such as spinach and broccoli, vegetable oils like sunflower oil, fruits such as figs, and animal products like eggs and meat. Minerals are essential for proper growth of body and to maintain good health. Iodine, phosphorus, iron and calcium are few important examples of minerals. Iodine is a mineral that is found primarily in seafood, fish and crabs. It is also found in ginger and curd. The body needs iodine to make thyroid hormones, which is important for brain functioning and blood circulation. Phosphorus is found in high amounts in protein foods such as milk and milk products. It is also predominantly found in banana, rice, wheat and green chili. The main purpose of iron is to carry oxygen throughout the body so that cells can produce energy. This is the reason drop in iron level also leads to weakness because cells don't produce energy. Important sources of iron are spinach, apple, pears and liver. Calcium is essential for bones and teeth. Milk, cheese and other dairy foods are rich in calcium. Green leafy vegetables such as broccoli, cabbage are also rich in calcium. What is the importance of dietary fibers and water in food? Dietary fibers are also known as roughage. Roughage is mainly provided by plant products in our foods. Whole grains and pulses, potatoes, fresh fruits and vegetables are all main sources of roughage. Roughage does not provide any nutrient to our body, but it is an essential component of our food. It adds to the bulk of food, or in other words, increases the volume of food. Roughage also helps our body to get rid of undigested food. We get most of the water from the liquids we drink, such as water, milk and tea. In addition, we add water to most cooked food. Fruits and vegetables also provide the body with some water. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. It also helps us in throwing out some waste from body as urine and sweat. What is a balanced diet? A balanced diet is a diet consisting of a variety of different types of food and providing adequate amounts of the nutrients necessary for good health. Adequate here means neither too much nor too less. The adequate amount of nutrients for a particular body depends upon its age. For example, a child with age of 4 to 5 may require different amount of nutrients than an adult body above 18 years of age. There are 7 essential factors for a balanced diet: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, roughage and water. How do we test the presence of carbohydrates, proteins and fats in food? This test is for a complex carbohydrates, that is starch. Take a small quantity of a food item or a raw ingredient, for example, a piece of bread. Put 2 to 3 drops of dilute iodine solution on it. If a blue-black color appears, it indicates that it contains starch. Test for protein. This test is also called as Burette test. Step 1. Take a small quantity of a food item or a raw ingredient. For example, a protein-rich food is the egg white. Grind or mash a small quantity of the food item. Then put some of this in a clean test tube. Add 10 drops of water to it and shake the test tube. Using a dropper, add 2 to 3 drops of solution of copper sulfate and then 10 drops of solution of caustic soda or sodium hydroxide to the test tube. Shake well and let the test tube stand for a few minutes. A violet color indicates presence of protein in the food item. Test for fats. This is a simple test and does not require usage of any chemicals. Step 1 is to take a small quantity of the food item to be tested. Wrap the food item in a piece of paper and crush it. Straighten the paper. Now, the most important step is to dry the paper by keeping it in sunlight for a while. This will evaporate any presence of water in the paper. Observe the paper now. An oily patch on the paper indicates the presence of fats in the tested food item as shown in the image. What are the various diseases caused by the deficiency of nutrients. Diseases that occur due to lack of nutrients over a long period of time are called as deficiency diseases. Let's look into few examples. As we know, carbohydrate is an energy-giving food. Any deficiency of carbohydrates leads to stoppage of growth. This makes the body look lean and thin. Proteins are the building blocks of human body, and any deficiency of protein leads to stunted growth, swelling of face, discoloration of hair, skin diseases, and diarrhea. Deficiency of vitamin A leads to eye problems. It may include poor vision, loss of vision in darkness, or even complete loss of vision. Deficiency of vitamin B1 leads to a disease called as beriberi. It includes weak muscles and the body is left with very little energy to work. Deficiency of vitamin C leads to a disease called as scurvy. In this, the wound takes longer time to heal. It also involves bleeding gums. Deficiency of vitamin D leads to a disease called as rickets. In this, the bones become soft and bent as shown in the picture. As we have already seen, calcium is an important nutrient for healthy growth of bones and teeth. Any deficiency of calcium leads to weakened bones and tooth decay. The deficiency of iodine leads to a disease called as goiter. This involves swollen glands in neck and mental disability in children. Deficiency of iron leads to a disease called as anemia. In this, the skin of the patient looks pale. The patient also suffers from weakness. What is meant by cooking of food and what are the harmful effects of overcooking? Cooking is basically a chemical process which breaks down food, making it easier for the body to digest and absorb the nutrients. Cooking also generally improves the taste and aroma of food, which makes it much more enjoyable to eat. Cooking food also kills germs. Cooking has its advantages, but it does not mean we overcook the food. There are certain foods that are not required to be cooked. For example, fruits and certain vegetables. Overcooking, on the other hand, leads to loss of certain nutrients. Vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heat during cooking. Many useful proteins and considerable amounts of minerals are lost if excess water is used during cooking. Finally, to summarize, the major nutrients in our food are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. In addition, food also contains dietary fibers and water. Carbohydrates and fats mainly provide energy to our body. Proteins and minerals are needed for the growth and the maintenance of our body. Vitamins help in protecting our body against diseases. Balanced diet provides all the nutrients that our body needs in right quantities along with adequate amount of roughage and water. Deficiency of one or more nutrients in our food for a very long time may cause certain diseases that are called as deficiency diseases. This table summarizes the various important nutrients, their sources, and the various deficiency diseases linked with each nutrient respectively. You can download the PDF from the link provided in the description. Question number 1. Name the major nutrients in our food. Answer. The 5 major nutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Name the following. The nutrient which mainly gives energy to our body. The answer is carbohydrates. The nutrients that are needed for the growth and maintenance of our body. The answer is protein. A vitamin required for maintaining good eyesight. The answer is vitamin A. A mineral that is required for keeping our bones healthy? The answer is calcium. Question number 3. Name 2 foods each rich in fats. The answer is butter and cream. Starch. The answer is potato and rice. Dietary fiber. Whole grain and vegetables or fruit. Protein. Egg and chicken breast. Question number 4. True or false? By eating rice alone, we can fulfill nutritional requirement of our body. As we know, a single food item cannot provide all the nutrients to the body. So the answer is false. Deficiency diseases can be prevented by eating a balanced diet. A balanced diet provides all the nutrients. Hence, the statement is true. Balanced diet for the body should contain a variety of food items. The answer is true. Meat alone is sufficient to provide all nutrients to the body. As we know, a single food item cannot provide all the nutrients. The answer is false. Question number 5. Fill in the blanks. Rickets is caused by deficiency of vitamin D. Deficiency of vitamin B1 causes a disease known as beriberi. Deficiency of vitamin C causes a disease known as scurvy. Night blindness is caused due to deficiency of vitamin A in our food. Activity number 1. The objective of this activity is to list down meals of different regions of India. Why this activity? The activity is to be undertaken to understand how different food items form a part of different meals. We have already discussed the Punjabi and Telugu meal in the video earlier. Let us now look at a Maharashtrian dish. A Maharashtrian dish is made up of masala bhat, that is spiced up rice, matki usal, that is sprouted beans, boiled potato and some spices. Main vegetables include gobi matar, that is cauliflower and peas. Bengali meal essentially consists of the famous ilish fish with rice, shukto, which is a combination of different vegetables like brinjal, bitter gourd, crunchy drumsticks and bori, a Bengali speciality again. Bengalis are also fond of sweet dishes, which is called as sandesh. Assamese also prefer non-vegetarian meal and consist of fish curry, labra, that is a mixed vegetable delicacy, and chutney, that is made of coriander, spinach, tomato, curry leaf, chili, chickpea, etc. Activity number 2. Perform test for the presence of starch, protein and fats in the food item. Why this activity? This activity is to be undertaken to identify the source of various food nutrients. The table shows the presence of various nutrients present in each food. You can pause the video to note down the table. Activity number 3. The objective of this activity is to find out if fruits contain water or not. It is observed that whenever we cut fruits like watermelon, strawberry, apple, papaya, tomato and orange, a liquid oozes out. This oozing liquid shows the presence of water in these fruits. Among these, watermelon has the highest quantity of water. Project number 1. The objective of the project. Prepare a diet chart to provide balanced diet to a 12-year-old child. The diet chart should include food items which are not expensive and are commonly available in your area. The preparation of a balanced diet is a complex process. A nutritionist is a professional who deals with making and recommending a balanced diet. To simplify, a meal should have 5 food groups for a balanced diet: vegetables and legumes, fruits, grains and cereals, meat, poultry, fish, eggs, legumes, nuts, seeds, proteins and fats, milk, cheese and yogurt. The amount of each food you need will vary during your life depending on various factors. The pie chart shows the amount of food in serving required by a 12-year-old child. Serving includes half cup uncooked or 1 cup cooked food item. Vegetables and legumes 5 to 6 serving, fruit 1 serving, grains and cereals 4 to 5 serving, lean meat, poultry, fish, eggs 2.5 serving, milk, cheese, yogurts 3.5 servings. I'll suggest you to identify food items available locally in your region and prepare a diet chart according to the pie chart given. Project number 2. We have learned that excess intakes of fat is harmful for the body. What about other nutrients? Would it be harmful for the body to take too much of proteins or vitamins in the diet? Read about diet-related problems to find answers to these questions and have a class discussion on this topic. The table shows various health problems due to overdose of nutrients or overeating of a certain nutrient. Overdose of carbohydrates and fats lead to obesity, also called as motapa in Hindi. Overdose of protein leads to obesity, constipation and dehydration. The overdose of vitamins also lead to various health problems as shown in the table. In fact, even drinking excessive water leads to health problems like confusion and disorientation. You can download the PDF version of this table from the link given below in description. Project number 3. Test the food usually eaten by cattle or a pet to find out which nutrients are present in animal food. Compare results obtained from the whole class to conclude about balanced diet requirements for different animals. For this project, we have selected buffalo and cow, which have almost similar food habits for cattle, and dog, which is the most common pet in most of the houses. Buffalo or cow is a herbivorous animal, as we have studied in chapter 1, and is also quite evident from the chart. Dog, on the other hand, is an omnivorous animal but predominantly eats animal products. The presence of nutrients in the various food items is shown in the table. There is no doubt that all living organisms need a balanced diet for proper growth and development. This brings us to the end of the chapter.